Hello, everyone. Hello, Rosie. Hello, Goosty.
Wow.
Hi.
Wow.
How are y'all doing today?
Goob.
Goob?
Goop.
Goob. I'm
Goop.
glad.
I
Alrighty.
stole the wheat.
That's okay. Hi, Demo. Hi, Iris. It's good to see you. Also, Demo, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Iris. That's very nice. I appreciate you, friend. Okay.
Also, matcha is 3D now.
I'm 3D
Oh, yeah.
now, yeah.
Yo.
I'm moving. Well, I could move before, but...
Look at them schmooze.
Smooths.
moving. Alright. Yeah, Goob is doing a spin.
Bean.
Spin!
Speed.
Yeah, I hope everyone had a good day today. I had a day.
Is that a bad thing?
Pretty neutral, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Could have been better, could have been worse. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tiz, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. We're just getting started with some Stardew.
Hi, Mias.
Oh, you know this person?
E. She's my
Really?
friend.
Oh, nice. Well, welcome.
Welcome. Noises. I'm fine. Welcome, Goosty's friend. Yay.
E.
Oh, and thank you for the hug, Rosie.
You're welcome.
I realized I made mistakes.
What?
Mias told me I made a mistake. I have to fix it. There we go.
Oh.
I forgot to change the Twitch link whenever I was, quote, retweeting.
Oh.
I must sell bones. And then I can eat bone.
Eat bone?
Bone.
Oh.
I
Concerned.
have a bone to pick with you. Ha, 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 ha.
Is it
ha.
perhaps because you have no bones?
I don't have bones. What are you talking about?
Exactly. You don't have bones.
I do have bones.
Uh-huh. So
Are you saying I don't have bones though?
So a ghost goose with bones, huh?
I have bones in my goo. I have the melon for Demetrius. Hells yeah.
Hell yeah. I do not remember
Anyway.
how to play this game.
Also, what were you gonna ask me, Matcha? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was gonna ask you something?
I think you were gonna say something.
I have no idea what it was. Sorry.
I am sorry. I
It's
made you
okay.
lose your train of thought.
No worries. I don't mind. The bones are there to add some crunch. That is so cursed.
Melon.
Welcome though.
What if you want to have a good bone broth instead?
We have no melon.
I have 2 melon.
I don't
I need
know.
melon for quest.
Yeah, me
You may
too.
have melon. Ah, shit. What stage is the melon in? Are we still
Denial.
growing melons?
I don't know.
Oh, I do have
But,
melons, actually. I have 7 melons. You guys need some
Ooh.
melons?
I need a melon for quest.
I am good. I have melon.
Okay.
I think I stole mine by accident.
Hmm?
I think I sold mine by accident,
Ah,
not knowing I needed one. Thank you.
No problem. Iris, listen.
yo.
Iris.
Yes, Iris. Yes.
No, Iris.
I just remembered that we have chickens.
Yeah,
Wait, were they fed?
I fed
Yes.
them like the day before.
Okay, good.
They were grumpy though.
Oh shit.
I don't
We
know what
really
that
need to
means.
up. It means they didn't eat
Oh.
They're
because they didn't
fine.
have the food.
Oh, okay.
We need to upgrade the barn.
Give me address. Okay. Well, I'm near the thing, so I can just check what we need.
Where is
Oh, wait,
Demetrius?
never mind.
Okay, he's at home.
That's an animal shop. It gets confusing because it's like you expect like barn upgrades to be at the animal shop, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I do not remember how to play this game. I've been playing so much Minecraft.
That was literally me with this game, but whenever I was playing Minecraft and then switched to Stardew.
Oh man. Oh, a
Mm.
cutscene.
Cutscene, yay.
Cutscene with Goosty.
Oh, hi.
Goose.
Rosie's here too.
Wow.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, perfect. We're doing science over here.
Hells yeah. Sebastian, please, I need.
Demetrius, I need to give you a melon. That's weird out of context. Okay.
He's busy talking to me. Is this the
I
weird?
guess there's 2 Demetriuses then.
Oh, spooky.
What were we gonna say?
Only one. This is the cutscene where Demetrius is like, if you're gonna date my daughter, then you can't get in the way of her bright future.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Big coop. 10,000 gold.
Oh god.
400 wood.
We are gonna have to work this
Yeah.
next season.
Yeah. And 150 stone, which I think we have enough of like wood and stone to be fine.
I'm gonna fish at the sea to hopefully gain some more funds.
Good
Okay.
plan.
Yeah.
Man, I love fishing.
Hell yeah. You get me. Ooh, what is this? Rainbow shell.
Get over here,
Rainbow
Demetrius.
shell,
I
yay.
have a melon for you. Ooh.
Nice. Okay.
Hells yeah.
Space boot.
Can I give Marnie a gift? Yes.
Heck, I forgot this was good too. I'm sacrificing for the sake of funds for the barn. For the chimkins!
It's
For
for
the
the
chickens.
chickens.
Chimkins. Love your chimkins.
I do love chickens. They're so cute.
Oh, you know, I went to my local like big chain store today. Not gonna say the name, but there were these like little farm plushies because they're setting up for the Easter holiday, and there's this huge chicken plush. It was so cute. I kind
Adorable.
of regret not getting them. If they're there next time,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get them.
Okay.
Hey, Jacques,
They were
welcome on
Yeah.
in.
They were so big and derpy, though. I loved them.
Oh, that sounds adorable.
It is.
Yeah, welcome on in, Jacques. It's good to see you, friend.
One second.
No worries. I love that Stardew Valley has a sort button for your inventory.
I do too.
Man, it's so
The only
satisfying.
the only time I don't is like whenever I'm trying to give everyone a gift, and then I'll catch myself automatically clicking it. I'm like, shit, I don't remember who I'm giving what to.
Yeah. How it doing? I'm doing okay. Yeah, just having an okay day. How are you doing? But yeah, I'm having fun so far. I love Stardew with my friends.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I forgot to do something. Give me 1 second.
No worries. Just chilling. Hell yeah. I hope it's nice and relaxing for you.
What?
Welcome, Rosie.
Thank you. We have food now.
Nice.
Eh.
What's for food? What's Rosie eating today?
Um, chicken sandwich and fries.
Ooh,
Chimkin!
that sounds good.
Mm.
Chimkin Sammy. Hells
Mm.
yeah.
Um, I don't know what I want to do. There's so much to do.
So much to do, so much to see.
So
So
much to
let's
do,
run
so
with
much to see.
taking the back street.
We need hardwood. Can I don't know if I can get that with my axe.
Did any of you know that there is actually going to be a Shrek 5? I think it is.
I
Is it
think I
5?
have heard that, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard of that until you mentioned it.
I'm kind of excited if it goes in the same direction as Puss in Boots, but I'm also scared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And how about them Megamind 2?
I'm I'm not so sure about that one.
Yeah, I saw the
I have
trailer.
I have never watched Megamind ever, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You need to watch Megamind.
It's
Do
alright,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
I think my wife really likes it.
Mm.
Good. It is a classic that really didn't need a sequel, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of like movies would benefit without like a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Trying to think of like another movie that didn't need a sequel, but I can't think of any at the moment.
Me neither.
Boss Baby.
How many Boss Baby movies are there?
There's two,
Okay. I
and then
haven't
they
seen
have a
either.
Netflix series.
Oh god.
Mhm.
Hmm.
No,
Interesting.
no.
Oh, come on, fish. Give me the fish.
Fish. No.
Oh, yes. A pike.
I keep, I keep getting the
Are we all
difficult one.
fishing?
I think so.
Man, we love fishing.
We love fishing. focus. Nice. Oh, I forgot to take some of my meds. I gotta do that real quick.
Mm.
Everybody, take your meds. Everybody, don't forget your meds.
Very true.
Is that an actual song?
Kind of. It was a meme. If you watched
Oh.
Pomu Rainbow.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I've heard about the whole like something to do with like a medicine song, but I've never actually heard it.
I have
She's
also
the one
never
that
heard it.
originally. Yeah, I don't know if she's the one that originally did it, but I saw a video of like 3D models and she was the one singing it.
Mm.
I wish I could see what was in the museum, even outside of hours.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Alas.
I can't remember if we turned in the second dwarf scroll. I guess I shall see tomorrow.
Yeah, I have no idea. Sorry.
What did I do?
What did you do?
Oh, never mind. It was like a foot. It was a fish. Never mind.
Oof.
The fish has like the same sound, I think, as like achievement level up sound.
Mm.
So I thought I did something.
Ah. You can tell what the description of the item is. You've donated it. Yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot. Thank you for the reminder.
Yay, thank you, Iris.
Sell that. I can sell that comfortably, I think. We're selling bat today.
You selling bat?
I'm
Not
selling bat.
matcha.
Ah!
Not matcha. Rosie, why?
It's just Matcha's cousins. It's no big deal.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's fine. Alright.
The chimpkins are out.
Oh.
We have blueberries.
Oh. Bloobs.
Blooms. Oh, I picked up someone's mayonnaise.
That's fine.
That's not mine.
It's
Okay.
You go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's not mine.
Here,
Just
I'll
Matcha's.
here you go.
Oh, thank you. Yummy mayonnaise.
Yum yum. And the
Mm.
tum.
I'm so full of mayonnaise, yum.
Oh
Alright.
crap, I forgot I don't have my watering can. I can't water.
Oh no. I got it. Oh, I took the pepper. Whose pepper is this? And whose blueberries?
I think it was like I think we made those for community bundles. I don't think it's like anyone's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. It's been so long.
It's okay. I've been playing like Stardew nonstop, so I don't remember either.
Good.
A lot of things.
Given to the addiction.
Yeah. I'm like a Stardew streamer.
That's
Ugh.
fair.
Or well, I'm not a streamer, but I've been addicted.
do you mean you're not a streamer? Don't you stream?
I mean, like a Stardew streamer. Sorry.
Okay.
Streamer.
That's okay. I'm like, oh.
This is my graduation
No,
announcement.
no.
Surprise!
You just joined Beehive. Why move so suddenly?
Surprise! I'm doing a speed run of my own.
Oh my god. Iris. Iris, no.
Ooh, it's merchant time.
Iris is being very sus today.
She's always.
That's to say.
She's just like that.
Yeah.
That's okay. We still love her.
Mm.
I got the wedding ring recipe. Let's go.
Oh. Very nice. I don't know why I went, oh, like that. Sorry.
I'm spilling the tea.
Oh.
Such gossip.
Yo. I was literally trying to think of a topic to gossip about, but I have nothing. I'm boring.
What's the hot goss? I also don't have anything.
Let me look at
Other
my...
than trying to think of like VTuber stuff. Other than the usual. There's nothing really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anything either.
Oh, excuse me. Nice.
Coming across Goosey reminded me of gossip now. Did you know that Goosey is apparently of a group now?
Yeah, I think they did. Congratulations.
I'm a bee. Forever a bee.
Oh well.
Whose iron is this, by the way?
Maybe
I thought it was
mine?
yours. I have no clue.
I don't remember either.
You
Just
know what?
take
I'm
it.
stealing it. Okay.
Go ahead.
Does that include refined quartz or no?
That is my refined quartz, but you can have it if you need
Okay.
it.
I mean, I just took it, but I don't need it.
No worries. I don't
You
think
know,
I
it's
need
fine.
it. Yeah, you can keep it.
Okay. If you need it again, I can just give you it.
Sounds good.
I don't really
Sharing-
need anything, so it's just gonna be in my chest.
Sharing is caring.
Yay.
I ain't sharing what I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Emily's giving me a little dance.
Oh shit!
Go. 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 That's why she's my #1 girl.
Oh. Oh, we got a crazy fish.
Ooh.
Oh, come on. I got it. This fish won't stay on the line, and there's a treasure chest. No, no. Come on. I lost it.
No.
This is fine.
I wonder if what you got was like a pufferfish. Probably.
I'm not sure. Oh, it's back.
Wait, Emily. Oh my gosh, you wasted 3 hours dancing for me. Emily!
Oh my god.
So much of the day is away. I was gonna go fishing. Why would you do this? It was a trap.
This whole time. It was a trap.
She doesn't want me to help the Chimpkins. That's what's going on. She's a Chimpkin hater.
No.
How could she?
I never felt so betrayed.
Oh, another treasure chest. Can I grab
Hey,
it?
yo.
Can I get it? Please?
Stop
Let's
giving
go.
me trash.
No.
She cursed me. Emily.
Oh no.
Maybe this is a warning sign from the game.
Fish, why are you doing it? No! Okay.
Are we all fishing again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Man, I don't think I like fishing anymore.
Oh no.
I want down a hat.
Okay.
I want that on a hat now.
You don't. I don't think I like fishing anymore. That would be
Yeah.
so funny.
The official Stardew Valley Collab merch. It'll be the hat and rectangles.
Rectangle.
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 Just imagine like you like get like a rectangle and it's just like paper.
It's just a piece
It's
of
just like
paper.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, it is a rectangle.
You know, fair.
Ooh.
Yay, Goose. I don't know what that does.
I could give it to the wizard later.
Now I'm only getting trash.
I am so sorry, Matcha.
Oh, I got something.
The curse is spreading.
It is. This is so sad.
I'm getting trash. I'm getting trash now.
It's a disease. I have your chat on the side, Matcha. I just saw what Iris said.
It needs to have Andy Toy Story dropping a fishing rod on it. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Exactly. That would be perfect. I would buy that.
New merch coming soon. Get sued by Disney.
I'm done. I'm not fishing anymore. I give up.
That's when we just redraw that scene, though. We'll have Matcha drop in the fishing pole saying, I don't want to fish anymore.
No, it needs to be Goosty. Goosty dropping the fishing rod.
Man, I don't think I like fishing anymore. And I'll be wearing the MILF hat. Either that or drop the MILF cap. I don't know which.
Oh my god.
Like I said, I would buy that. Even better, it's in front of a pile of trash.
Like, yeah. Man.
This is a gold star. I'm selling this shit. Fuck the wizard. I need the money, Matcha.
No, I
The
understand.
Chimpkins need it.
Do it for them.
Yeah, no, I do it for you. And I do it for you. Chimpkin.
For you.
Man, that reminds me. I need to set that up as like a sound alert thing.
That would be funny.
It's a classic, I swear.
It's so good.
Mm.
Shrimping ain't easy. Posture check. I'm shrimping.
I'm just enjoying my sandwich over here. It's fine.
Yum. Hi, Zonko. Welcome on in, friend.
Is it just like a regular chicken sandwich? Or is there stuff on it?
Oh,
Yeah, there's literally just a chicken sandwich with pickles, but that's it.
our wheat is
Yeah.
ready. Oops.
I have more wheat ready. You may
Wait.
chop.
Did I just go past the
Okay.
wheat and just not think about it? I did. Okay.
Efficiency.
Yes.
Alright. I got 30 regular wheat, 3 gold star wheat, and 2 silver star wheat.
There's one over here too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. I have a scythe too.
Oh,
I
sorry.
should probably use that.
The lightning is blaring. I have no idea what you're saying.
No worries, Zonko. Enjoy your food. Thank you for popping by. Hi, Mozzie. Welcome on in. We're doing okay today. I hope you're doing well too. Alright. How much wheat do y'all want?
How much wheat do you have? I just completely just didn't
I have 36
register.
total.
36. So 12 each, probably.
Okay.
I have an additional one.
Okay.
That's
do we have
not
like...
even. That's not even. Goosty, you ruined it.
No! Oh, hey, worms.
Worms.
Oh, man. It's just seeds.
Worms.
Let me go plant them.
We have rectangles and now we have worms.
Okay. I'll give one of these to each of us.
You know you're gonna have to do it one at a time, right?
I only have two more of these.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And what should I do with the rest of like the big wheat? Do y'all have chests you want me to put it in?
I have one in my
Yeah, let's
house.
do that.
Okay. This one?
Yeah. Oh god, the tree! Not the
Did a
tree!
tree just fall?
The tree!
The tree!
The tree!
Wow.
These poor trees.
Alright, Rosie, where would you
Okay.
like your wheat?
I don't remember what
Hey,
color my
Vsauce,
chest is, so
Michael
I just... Oh wait, we can go this way.
Hello, Tech. Welcome on in, friend. I hope you're doing well.
The dark blue chest.
Okie dokie.
Thank you.
Alright, there you go.
Thank you.
No problem. And let me go give hay to the chickens.
Chimkin.
Handler of wheat.
Lord of the wheat.
Lord of the wheat.
Hell yeah.
Oh, the chickens are fed. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. Alright, what should I do today? I think I almost have enough for the backpack, so I'm gonna go fishing again, I think.
How much
Wait
is
for
the
the
backpack
triple?
again?
Yeah, I think it's like 10,000, I think.
Dang.
Oh.
I know.
I'm very close to that, but I'm spending it for my tools, I think.
That's fair.
1,000.
I You good, Goosty?
I'm poor.
Mood. Ordinary Clover, welcome on in. Welcome, welcome.
We're getting so many people.
Send
We're
me
getting
a
so many
man.
people, which is a good thing. But also, where is everyone coming from? I can't process the geode.
Oh no.
Oh.
I like, okay, so I don't know if it was from a worm or like a trash can or something, but like as soon as I upgraded my pickaxe, I went outside, checked the trash can, and then there was a geode in it. And I was like, well,
Damn.
Oof.
time to wait 2 days.
Yeah.
Yippee.
Yay. I gotta go to the museum. Isn't Amazon on the list of companies to boycott? I mean, probably, but I gotta make money. Honestly, this is my job.
Mood.
Yeah, unfortunately, but yeah. Oh, I got something from the museum. I have something for the farm.
Ooh.
Thank you for the follow, Ordinary Clover. I appreciate it.
that just like I like almost died.
You okay?
Hi.
I wanted to gasp because you had something for the farm, and then I just like died.
Oh no.
Oh.
Don't do that again with a chicken sandwich.
What?
What'd you do?
Sure.
Papyrus.
Yeah.
Image of a bat drinking boba tea? Hell yeah. That's me. That's just me.
We just chilling. Vibing with life.
Hell yeah.
Wait, doesn't that mean technically now all of us have? Wait, that's from the museum, right? The skeleton?
Yeah.
we technically now have 3 papyrus.
Oh,
Hell yeah. Papyrus the first, Papyrus the second, and Papyrus senior.
perfect. I love Undertale.
Man, I love Undertale.
I know,
New
like,
obsession after fishing.
I know, like, nothing about Undertale. Wait, I have a really funny sound. If I play it, I don't know if my chat will be able to hear it because it's a Discord soundboard sound, but
Uh-huh.
okay. Okay. That's just it.
Ah,
Is
is it just
Discord?
one note?
Yeah.
I was ready to hear the rest, and it was just
Same
I know.
process.
It's so funny.
Process.
Is Discord on the list of companies? I just let them scam me to buy Nitro. I am not sure, actually. I'm not positive. I know that song. Yeah. Okay. That's enough.
What? Sound like a robot like tooting or something.
You're kind of right. I don't believe they've called for a boycott of Discord. I haven't heard anything, but I'm honestly not sure. Name
I
that
haven't
tune.
heard of anything about it either, but
yeah.
egg.
Egg.
Egg. I'm just imagining the seal that says egg.
Oh,
Right
I
now.
love that guy.
He is the best.
That's my favorite celebrity. So salty about giving them $100 for Nitro. Man, I feel that.
Yeah.
I hate Discord, but I love Discord.
I feel that mood. I paid $3 for the basic Nitro just because I wanted to send a video that I made. And I was like,
that's so stupid.
That
And
sucks.
I
In the
thought,
limit.
too, I could change the theme color of my software for like at least a
No.
month. Yeah,
No.
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 I can only change like the Discord icon on the very top. So now, right now, it's just pink and it's Ulu.
Oh, whoa.
Ulu?
That's so good.
Yeah, Discord is Discord.
Yeah.
I mean, I found an alternative. I think Iris introduced me to it, called Gilded. And it's okay, but like no one knows what it is. So like no one really has it yet.
I feel like I've heard of that before.
Gilded is lacking. Yeah, that's a good word for it. It's kind of like the blue sky of Discord.
Or Twitter. Yeah.
I prefer Matrix and Mumble. I've never heard of those. Gilded is just Roblox. Yeah, I think it might be owned by Roblox.
Oh,
But yeah, it's like Discord, but yellow.
ooh, yellow, you say?
Why you say yellow?
Ooh,
I don't know.
it seems like my kind of jam. Hell yeah.
Oh.
Oh, thank you,
It's
Iris.
piss yellow, just like me.
Good question for you, Goose. Are you considered orange or yellow?
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay, I will say, my friend, who we call Peepaw for short,
Mhm.
I was having them look over my like design choices and stuff, especially with the colors that they like. You need to go more orange. And then years later, we found out that they're colorblind.
Oh no.
Oh. No, Peepa is colorblind. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we like to joke about that now.
That's fair. Goosty, the other day, your Twitch title was something like Peepaw Yowie session or something.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah.
And I didn't realize that like Peepaw was what you called your friend, and I just thought you were talking about like old man Yowie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, that's their little nickname we give Ox.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just thought that was really funny. I'm like, is this allowed on Twitch?
Good. I was gonna ask for another friend to join who we also call Peepaw, because they like being called that, but I forgot to.
You have 2 friends called Peepaw?
Yes. Well, they both have the Peepaw role tag in my server.
Oh, gotcha.
That's so confusing.
Yeah, it is.
Don't worry about it. We got Peepaw Rata, Peepaw Ox, and then Peepaw Afton.
Oh.
Okay.
Don't worry about the last one. He's dead now.
Oh. Okay.
FNAF reference. FNAF
Oh, there's a
reference.
reference in there. There's a reference. Please understand the reference. Please.
Yes,
Twitch.
please. It's not a real person. I promise. I don't know why I'm giving one at a time to you, but I am.
That's okay. Thank you.
Rosie.
Yeah, I'm in the house.
I wheat.
Wheat.
Wheat. I'm breaking your path.
Okay, that's fine. I wasn't meaning to do it. I'm
There
too
you go.
lazy. Thank you. Bream. Demetrius gift.
Oh, tomato.
Tomato flew around.
Does anyone need a tomato?
I'm good.
Rosie, would you like a tomato?
Sure.
Okay.
You really have to think about it.
A single tomato. No,
I don't
that's
like
fair.
tomatoes. It hurts my stomach.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Oops.
I can't have tomatoes at all without having like major consequences.
Oh,
Oh. Honestly, I feel that pain sometimes.
Yeah.
no. Yeah, I do too, but not with tomatoes.
Yeah, for me it's lettuce.
Lettuce? Really?
So I have to have the alternatives instead if I want to eat something.
Mm.
I've never heard of that.
Do you know why you can't eat lettuce?
No. But, like, Gooby Mama has the same issue, so... Oh yeah,
Interesting.
here's your
yeah.
mayonnaise.
Oh. I'll come back.
There you go.
Thank you.
So I know the reason why I can't have tomatoes is because it's like it's acidic and stuff. But like lettuce, I can't figure out why you would have like problems with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure either.
Oh well. Interesting.
You'll never know. My stomach works in mysterious ways.
Oh,
Then
I
I
just
get-
feel
Don't say that.
that. Put that
I
on a
grew
hat.
up on... I grew up on cakey zines. If either of you know what that was.
On what? Sorry?
Cake cuisine.
No idea what that is.
It had like a little cartoon penguin on the front.
No,
Here,
no
let me
idea.
look up a picture.
The penguin painting game?
No. It
Oh.
was like a frozen dinner meal.
Oh.
Ah, gotcha.
Now I'm thinking of Club Penguin. Oh no.
I love Club Penguin. I got banned
Here you
so
go.
many times.
I think it went out of service or whatever that it did.
It
Like,
did.
like a year like before or after I heard of it.
Oh my god.
Didn't they bring
It's
it back
so
though?
sad.
Are you hearing this, chat?
Tragic backstory. Is it so? Goosey asked if they're bringing it back. I don't know.
Club Penguin? Or what? Bring what back?
Yeah. Yeah, Club Penguin.
It has been brought back unofficially by like third parties, but not Disney. So
Mm.
I think there's like a bunch of different versions that like are all at war with each other. So I don't know the best one, but you can play it.
I'm probably remembering wrong then, because like I swear I saw the like right after they shut it down, they were like, "Oh, we have this brand new version that's all in 3D," and then everyone hated it.
Yeah, I don't know if that still exists. I never played that one.
I never played it at all.
I want to have Club Penguin 3D.
Newt.
No. That one shut down.
Is that where sound effect comes from?
No, it's
No.
from a show called Pingu.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little
Never heard of that.
claymation penguin.
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of parents Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say a lot of parents didn't like the show because of some of the episodes, and it freaked some kids out for some of them.
Yeah. Apparently the 3D Club Penguin shut down.
Dang. Rip Club Penguin 2.0.
For real.
No. Treasure.
Hi, Void. Thank you for the watch streak. I appreciate it. What is this? I guess you get like some extra channel points.
Hey yo, let's go.
Hell yeah. Use them wisely. Or don't. That's up to you.
You do get more channel points. I forget how much though.
It says plus 350.
Ah, that's not bad then.
Yeah.
It's like Twitch integrated money.
Yeah. No worries, Void. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. And I love you too, friend. I gotta put my wrist brace on. I'll be right back. My wrist hurts.
Hey. Oh.
Okay. Not just having wrist problems again. No.
Oh.
We're having just sad backstory moments.
More backstory. More. Means character development. More.
I miss Ubi. I don't even know if people know what that is as a TV show.
Ubi? I do not know what that
familiar.
It's a hand puppet show.
I watched it!
Oh! Okay, I just remembered what it is.
Wait, hand puppet, or was it just the hands and they just had eyes on them?
It was like just a hand, yeah.
Yes, I remember that! I loved it as a kid.
When I was born, my mother didn't even show up. Yeah, real.
Oh.
Something has a Ferb line.
I've never seen Phineas and Ferb.
Damn, Dr. Schmertz's backstory.
My wife quotes it all the time.
When I was born, no one was there.
Oof.
Not even my own mother.
Behind me, my wife just went, I'd have 2 nickels.
Weird, because it happened twice.
Man.
If I had a tragic backstory, I would have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it would be weird if it happened twice.
What? I wonder what his response would be if it happened like a third time. Would it still be the same, or would he start thinking it's normal?
I have no clue.
One day we'll have answers, Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
We must know. Oh.
Oh my gosh, this fish won't stop being difficult.
Hey, I hate that.
Why do all the fishies hate us?
A worm?
It's cause we said we hate fishing now.
You know? Mutual hatred, it's fine.
Hi, Canty. Welcome on in, friend. Good to see you. I imagine it'd be something like, oh, come on. If it happened a third time, to that guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Mood. There, I got it.
Nice.
It's another sea cube.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah. It looks like... I don't know if I can say this or not on Twitch.
Oh, man.
It looks like... W word bottle. Backwards.
Don't worry, there's an ad break. You can say it now.
Yeah. no one's watching. No, it's okay.
I like how I've realized recently that like my content and how I've acted feels like very like half immature-ish, half like more 18 plus.
Good. Embrace it.
Yeah. I feel that too. With myself, at least.
Yeah. Oh. I think I've seen this, actually, Goosey.
Hmm?
The kid cruising thing.
Good. I was addicted to these things as a child.
Yeah.
Oh, did you send a picture?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It taught me the strangest food combo ever. So you know how some people might like dip their nuggets in milkshakes?
I'm sorry, they do?
Yeah, no. I don't
Wait,
know.
am I the only person that does this? Shit. Okay, well, okay, so the other thing I would dip them in is the pudding, because, like, you know, whenever you get your frozen meals, it's not perfect. It's, like, all over the place before you even take off the plastic thing.
Uh-huh.
And, like, sometimes there will be pudding on the chicken. And I'll be like, well, I gotta eat it that way now. I was like, I love this. And then I got addicted to it. Yeah.
You know, that sounds like me, but instead of, like, being kind of forced to eat it, I would just be that weird kid just trying different things.
Good. You understand me.
Fair enough, really.
Maybe I'm more thinking of, like, people dipping their fries in milkshakes.
In
I
like
don't
a
know.
frosty.
Yeah,
I can,
yeah.
I'll do that. Yeah.
What about chicken nuggets though?
I can't eat chicken.
Oh right, I forgot. Sorry.
It's okay. When I did eat meat though, I would dip my nuggets in ketchup.
Here's the thing. Kidney
Like
hated
ketchup.
ketchup. I hated condiments in general.
Yeah.
But then pudding came into my life. Specifically chocolate. It had to be chocolate.
Yeah.
Pudding is the best condiment.
I was gonna say that.
Exactly.
Iris agrees. No condiments. What about what about pudding, Iris?
Yes. Don't knock it till you try it. Wink.
Yeah.
Wink.
Christy is insane for that one. Damn. Damn.
Oi.
Sorry.
You don't. You'll never know. You'll never know. You gotta try it.
It's like putting mayonnaise on a hot dog.
Okay,
But no one does that.
I'm not that insane, I promise. Okay, what's another weird combo I would do?
Oh,
Okay,
I forgot that now.
sometimes I have regular Lay's and like, sometimes you just don't want regular Lay's. So I get ketchup and dip it.
I think I've heard of that.
I mean,
Okay, good.
come to Canada, you can just get ketchup flavored chips.
I wish I could. If I could, I would move to Canada. But I can't.
Fair.
Poor as fuck.
Oh, big mood.
Do either of you have strange food combos while we're on the topic?
First thing I can think of, green beans and mustard.
Oh,
Huh.
Very good.
interesting. Welcome back,
You know what?
Zonko.
You know what? While you were bringing up like veggies and stuff, whenever you two went to school, did they offer like celery and peanut butter together?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I hate celery so much, though.
I do too, but the peanut butter helped so much, and now that's like other than blue cheese, but it's hard to find a good blue cheese.
I've never had blue cheese. I'm
Blue
curious.
cheese is good.
It's addicting.
Huh. Good to know.
I have it on like salads and stuff.
I love cheese.
Same.
Cheese forever.
What's your guys' favorite cheeses?
I like cheddar a lot.
Classic. Very good.
Queso.
Nice.
I don't know if that counts in this case, but
That's
Damn, Goosty.
cheese in Spanish.
Goosty be donating.
Look, when you get queso though, at least here, I don't know if it's the same way anywhere else, but it's different. It's not just cheese, it's like white cheese, you know?
Oh.
And me being uncultured, I just see it forever as just queso and that's it.
Honestly, I didn't even know queso was an actual like type of cheese. I thought it was just cheese in Spanish.
Yeah, it's like melty cheese.
Yeah.
Ah.
My favorite cheese is feta.
Ooh.
It's so good.
Honestly, I could only say queso because I'm uncultured and I've only had like oh no, wait, actually, you know what? Parmesan.
Ooh.
Good, yeah. That's very good.
Parmesan is so good.
True.
And mozzarella. You can't ever diss mozzarella.
extra old white cheddar from the local cheese factory. Oh, that sounds
Ooh, that sounds
delicious.
good.
Mmm.
Oh, I gotta get this fish. I gotta get this fish.
Prehistoric tool
Oh,
from worms. Worms have made a tool and it's called prehistoric, and I'm gonna call it Bob.
they're evolving.
Prehistoric tool. I have a name, thank you very much. Oof.
Oh.
Everyone is donating to the museum today.
Oh, I just got a great
Hells yeah.
decoration
But
from the museum. Look. I can't place it here.
2.2.
I can't place it.
Oh, I thought you were showing me the fish.
No, I couldn't place the item.
Hold the
Yeah.
local
Goosey
Grub.
is speeding.
glub.
I have killed all bugs. Is
You
what
have
I
killed-
wish I could say.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I'm in the
Okay.
mines right now, getting more copper.
That makes sense. Okay, then yeah, that would be. We're extincting today.
Hells
Apparently.
yeah.
For what?
Extincting. It's do you know the little paper thingy that's like by the I don't even know what it's called. The little office thingy with the swords. It's like a paper. And then there's like total enemies that you have to kill.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
I have no clue.
Nah.
Sorry.
It's okay, you get rewards out of it, like different like armors and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Keep forgetting to go to that hub in my own like personal Stardew. I keep forgetting.
Oh no.
Mm. It's
Oh.
very easy to just forget until like they're like, "Congrats, you've slain like 600 of these." I'm like, "What are you
Wow.
talking about?"
Well, like the thing is, they'll tell me when I'm in the mines. I'm like, okay, when I'm done in here, I'll head over there.
Yeah,
And I never
we
do.
never do.
Man, I got a lot of shit to collect from them here later. Then, if I remember, finally.
Huey, Dewey, and
And who is the third one?
I'm still trying to think of a name.
Huey, Dewey, Louie.
Good enough.
Or Huey, Dewey, and Doc. I don't know why I was thinking that, because it's clearly Hickory Dickory Doc, but
It's perfect.
For some reason, when I said Huey and Louie, I just thought of or whatever the second one was. I'm starting to forget now. I was just thinking of like DuckTales for some reason.
yeah, that's what I was
yeah.
thinking too.
Me too. Oh, I hope I can get the backpack tomorrow.
You can do it.
Yay! Does anyone ever like actually use like the slingshots at all?
I don't think I ever have.
I started to later on, like in the
Hmm.
Skull Cavern.
Oh, fair.
I have never used them. Maybe I should.
I wouldn't use it unless like you have spare gold ore, because apparently they have like amounts of attack that they can do, and gold is the best one unless you want to sacrifice your iridium.
Oh,
Interesting.
I didn't know that. Okay.
I didn't know either. I had like 999 stone in mine. I was like, this isn't doing shit.
You can buy explosive ammo. Whoa.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Huh.
Now, Iris, do you use your explosive ammo on the villagers?
It is now just Iris's village now.
Oh shit.
No one else. Only Iris.
Just Iris.
Everyone is just gone.
You stones!
Oh my god.
I
Rude.
feel like that's more insulting to them.
Imagine just minding your business and then getting hit in the skull with a rock.
Exactly.
Ow.
And they have like their own animations too, which is amazing.
Oh.
Whenever they get like hit by a blade shot.
Wait, do they actually have animations for that?
I think so.
Oh my god. This
Hold
is
on,
new
let me check.
information.
I want to know.
I'm going to use this information very badly.
It's either a mod or this is actually like vanilla. One of the two. I'm not sure. Yeah, they get annoyed. I was right.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Just annoyed.
It's vanilla. Oh, that's awesome.
I want to mention that we are almost at an hour 20.
Yay.
Gone by so fast.
Yeah.
My-
Reason why I bring it up. How long do you guys want to go?
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
My wrist is really killing me.
We can stop
Yeah.
after this day if you
rest,
want
right?
to then.
You want to do like one more day?
We can do one
Or-
more.
You think you can do that?
Yeah.
If you guys don't want to, that's totally fine.
I'd be up for it.
I'm fine with it. I'm just more worried about you.
I'll be okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Please, furnaces,
Tuna
please.
sauce. Pancakes.
Pancake.
Pancakey.
Yum. Oh, I think I have enough for the backpack.
Yay!
If it's like 12,000, I'm gonna be so upset.
I don't think it is.
Man,
Hopefully not.
I hope not. I almost do have 12,000 though.
I need a hot pepper.
Me too.
I have. Let me see.
There's one grown here.
I'm
I'm coming, George.
I have
George
two.
needs it for his knee.
Whatever
Gotcha,
works, man.
If you need a hot pepper, I have one.
Let me check my house real quick.
Okay.
Oh, I do have one.
Okay.
Thank you though.
Mm-hmm. George, I'm coming for you.
Need multiple hot peppers.
Oh, wait,
for
I just realized
mommy.
plants. Sorry, much.
It's okay.
You're kind of just fending for yourself over like 5 million plants.
I don't mind.
Blueberries looks like they're ready, too. Yeah.
Don't judge me. I have time to waste while waiting for Clint. Wait, is George's place open? George.
It starts banging on the door. George!
Let me in. Let me in.
George, don't leave me here. George.
Are you in the wrong place?
No, I already gave it to him.
Oh, okay. I was very confused. Knee therapy.
I have all copper stuff now.
Nice.
Fancy.
And now it's time for silver, right? Yeah, silver.
I don't know.
Oh, that reminds me. I was wanting to ask if we can take like a thumbnail picture.
Yeah.
Either like this day or the next day.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause I think you've noticed by my thumbnail, I have no idea what to use for the background now.
That's alright.
I just used just a wheat field.
Backpack where they
yes.
keep their applesauce.
Nice.
Backpack where he keeps his applesauce.
What song is that? Is that a song?
Do you know the McElroy brothers?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It's one of their songs. They do like podcasts and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know no celebrities, like at all.
That's okay.
I just
Maybe
know
I'll have to-
VTubers.
I'm the same way. Let's go.
You just know
Nice,
VTubers? Is
Kendall
that what you
done.
said?
Yeah.
You just know VTubers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I don't know VTubers very well.
Oh yeah, by the way, I got 3 chocolate cakes, so we each can have one.
Ooh, thank you.
Nice, okay.
Where is everyone? Take
Where
the
are you,
cake.
by the way?
I'm on the beach.
I'm going past the mayor's house.
Okay.
I'll come meet you. And then we can take a thumbnail picture if you want.
Cakey.
Oh.
We can all hold a piece of
Beach
cake.
photo?
Yes, we all gotta hold the cake.
Yes.
Yay! Yay!
Alright.
Cakey.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I have no good place.
It kind of looks like we have like poop emojis on our heads.
Yeah.
It shows our superiority.
Why? Why is it like this? There we go. Hold on.
Hey.
No! Why are you like this? Hold on. Ghosty, get in place again.
Ah.
No, why are you like this? My... Leah?
Leah,
You know what?
don't do
Leah,
it.
you're getting in the photo. It's fine.
She is our secret fourth member. She just doesn't know it yet.
AI
Okay.
is taking our jobs.
Alright, we're good now.
Yay!
Yippee!
Yay!
She doesn't get a chocolate cake, though. This is
No.
only for us.
You don't get a chocolate cake. How do you feel about that, Leah? Teabag, teabag.
Teabagging her? Rude.
Dang, poor Leia. Actually, I need to come back and fish for today.
You're fishing again?
Yeah, I need more muns.
Yeah, I feel that.
Bubbles? No bubbles.
Oh, we got a speedy fish.
Get him. Get him.
Oh. Come on. Oh, I got a puffer fish.
Yo!
He looks so goofy.
Do we need a pufferfish?
I don't think so. I think we.
No.
Yeah, I think we've got one already.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we need a sturgeon, but I think that's next season, and then there's just night and specialty.
Yeah.
Yeah, walleye and then wood skip.
Yeah.
Bubbles!
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Mad bubbles.
Can I help you, Willie? Oh, he's trying to fish in the spot that I'm fishing in.
Well, guess what, Willie? You don't get that spot.
He just like pushed through me.
He took the one good
And you get
spot,
that
he
spot.
says. He can't go anywhere else.
Man, I got here first, man.
That's the only spot he knows.
His AI is not happy.
His code is cursing and zeros and ones.
Oh no.
His AI is not healthy.
Helpy.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Not happy.
Stardew FNAF question?
Oh man.
Yes? Question?
I meant to say question mark, but I just said question.
I'm so eepy.
Matcha.
Yes.
If you start yawning, I'm gonna start yawning, and then Goosey will start yawning, and then the audience will start yawning, and it's gonna be your fault.
It's spreading. I feel a yawn coming on.
My plan is working. Officially de-googling my phone. Nice. Good luck. Hell yeah, good luck.
Oh, I thought it said officially Googling your phone number for some reason.
Oh shit.
Like,
If anyone's gonna dox me, it's gonna be me first.
I hope you can't Google that.
yeah. And then when you said, like, okay, good luck with that, I was like, what?
My mods want me to get doxxed.
Why stick? Why? No, don't give me trash. Give me one more good fish, please.
Give Goose the
Ocean
fish.
say no.
Why the ocean bullying me? Ugh. Okay, I got it. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong.
Copyright striked.
Guess we're just such good singers, huh?
Can you imagine? Guess I'll
That's why we edit the lyrics so it's just Stardew related.
yeah.
West Calico Valley. Fuck, what's the island called?
Pelican Town? Wait. I don't know.
Pelican
Ginger Island.
Yeah.
Ginger Island. Take me home. Pelican Town.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Yay!
Our new hit single. Coming to a store near you.
And on Spotify.
Oh, I can finally
Hell
make
yeah.
a preserves jar.
Yo.
Let's go. Alright, you guys want to call it quits there?
Yes, please. I'm getting a headache.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's
let's do
fine.
that. Alrighty. I will exit. Boop.
Okay.
I'll put some tunes on.
Wee.
And yeah, let me switch scenes.
Just realized I said that so nonchalantly. I'm sorry.
It's okay, don't worry about it. Alrighty, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Of course. I don't have a good spot for you guys. That's fine. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for hanging out
Yay.
and playing some
Tired.
Stardew. Yeah, y'all go
Yay!
rest.
Stardew.
Alright, I will talk to you guys next week. The week
Yeah.
after?
Yay! Week after. Yeah.
Whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a good night.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Alrighty. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I think we all had a really good time. I definitely did. But yeah, let's look for someone to raid. Let's do a big raid. Big gamer raid. Yeah, thank you all so much for stopping by. I really appreciate y'all. You have an idea? Hold on, I'm looking. A certain box. They just I don't even see them on my list. Oh, I see it now. Um. Yeah. Yeah. We'll do a raid for a box. All right. Hi, Rosie. Thank you for the stream. I appreciate you, friend. Alrighty. We're gonna go raid my friend Zonko. And yeah, copy and paste whichever raid message works for you. We're gonna go say hi and send Zonko lots of love. So yeah, take care, everyone. Have a great day. Um, see you maybe on Friday. We'll see. And yeah, have a good night. You take care. Bye bye. Bye.